And good morning, guys. It is 9:15 and already 84 degrees and problems. Hang on just a second. Hey, hey, hey. Woo, Chihuahua. You better watch the little dogs. Okay, there goes my introduction. So what I was going to tell you is, besides it's 9:15 and 84 degrees, is that this video is going to be a little bit different than the other videos. This video is not going to be about the livestock. It's not going to be about the goats or the cows or the chickens or ducks or anything. Today's video is about the dogs, and more specifically these two dogs. There's Eddie and Gertie. Really, Gertie is the star of the show today. I've never brought Eddie and Gertie out here. I thought this would be the easiest place to film them, because I am filming about them. I am filming mainly about Gertie. I'm videoing this for me, for later. I don't do the vlogging very much for me, although I do like to look back and see how things have changed and see how I have grown and how I've learned, is what I mean. But I don't have kids that I'm filming for. I don't have kids that I'm watching growing up on the videos. But this video is gonna be for me for later, because Eddie and Gertie are old, and Gertie has an enlarged heart, and Gertie is really, she's not doing, she could be doing better. She could be a lot worse, but she could be doing, she definitely could be doing better. I got Eddie in, I got him Thanksgiving of 2012, and he was, I think he was 8 weeks old. I got Gertie a couple months later, and she was about 6 months old at the time that I got her. So it may have been 2 or 3 months later. So they're old. They're not young dogs. They're 12, I think. 12 or 13, I don't know. We'll do the math later. But they're not young dogs. And like I said, Gertie has an enlarged heart. She is on, the vet told me this last time that I took her in and got her medications changed up, that she's on, that's all he can give her. She's on the highest dose that he can give her. And she goes through periods of doing okay, and then periods of not doing so okay. So I'll put that over the fence so that I can have a free hand in case I need to. I don't know. They are so funny. Especially Eddie. He's really funny. So I got Gertie because I had Eddie. I had another little Chihuahua when I got Eddie, and when she died, she had started having seizures. She was not a young dog. She was, I think, 10 or 11, and she started having a lot of seizures. And so when I had to have her put down, and when she was gone, Eddie went through some kind of crazy depression that I didn't know dogs could go through, but he did. And so I took him to the animal shelter in another city over in Arkansas, and he actually picked Gertie out of the bunch. That was the dog he wanted, and that's the dog we came home with. And so they're very much bonded and very, very, very close. But I wanted to film this video to show you guys. A lot of you don't know that I have them because I don't put them on here very often. I've got a lot of new subscribers. I want you to know that they are a part of my life, and not only just a part of my life, but they are an important part of my life. They've been a part of my life for several years now. You guys see Tucker and Caleb and Maggie and Chester and all those, and Dandy. And Dandy not as much as the others, but you guys see them and you know that they're, you know, with me all the time. But really, Eddie and Gertie, they're the closest to me. They're the ones that I've had the longest, and I really enjoy them and have enjoyed them. And it makes me sad to see her go downhill like this, and Eddie to go downhill like he is. I gotta go get Eddie. He's a lot braver than he probably should be. Where you going, buddy? Come over here. Come over here. Come on, buddy. You like a little bit of freedom? Hey, did you give those goats what for? Did you give those goats what for? Eddie's got like 2 teeth in his mouth. Oh, he may have some back teeth. Yeah, he's got some back teeth, but up front he's got 2 teeth. That wasn't gonna stop him from showing those goats who was boss. You got little man syndrome. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. I mean, I was talking about the dogs, but I forgot what I was saying before I went after Eddie. But they are very important part of my life. They are inside dogs. They are close to me. They sleep with me. Eddie's the type that will sleep either right next to me. He'll start out on my chest sometimes and move off depending on how hot or cold it gets in the night. Gertie prefers to be at your feet or on the floor. So they're opposite in a lot of ways. They look totally different, but they're two peas in a pod. They're our best buddies because it is 84 degrees. They are old. Gertie does have a heart condition. I won't be out here with them for very long. I'll be taking them in and moving on to something else. Like I said, this video is for my memories for later. I don't have a lot of videos of Eddie and Gertie. I have pictures, but they're not on these videos all the time, and so I wanted this video to be about them, and I wanted to have a way to remember them, what they look like, remember them together. So Eddie is kind of on the fat side right now. That's not normal for him. Or Gertie, she has food problems. She likes to eat. And I can feel her pain there. I understand that. But Eddie's not usually this fat. But since Gertie has gotten worse, her condition has worsened quite a bit. I have a really hard time telling her no. Although I don't feed her, a whole lot of food. I feed them once, and all the dogs, they're the one time I feed them, one and done, but I give them treats. And Gertie, I can't seem to say no to. I've really spoiled her, and I've really made my life more difficult. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna change anything. We're coming to the end of her life, and I just want her to be happy. So one of the problems with, she's on medication, which helps her. It helps her not be congested, and it helps her to breathe, helps her to not cough. She has a really bad cough, and it helps her to not cough and help her breathe. The problem with her being on the medication is that it's very hard on her body, especially the dose she's on. She's on the highest dose that they can give her. Gertie, come back in here. Gertie, you're too fat. Come here. Oh boy. And she's got a mind of her own. You stay there. I'll be back. Gertie, wait. Come here. Come here, Gertie. 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 Come here. Hey. Come on, let's go. Hi, Caleb. He's taught them goats a lesson. Gertie, come here. Good girl. Oh, that's a good baby. That's a good girl. Are you getting hot? You about ready to go in? I guess that was a hint, actually, wasn't it? Like, what else can you do besides take off? When am I going to get it? When am I going to be able to catch on to your languages, to your needs, to your wants? You want to go inside? You want to go inside, Eddie? You want to go inside? Are you hot? Eddie likes being outside. Actually, Gertie's always liked being outside, but she's not as healthy as she was. You ready to go in? You ready to go in? Let's go in. Let's go in. Y'all gotta wait on me. Okay. You wanna go inside? Let's go inside. Yeah, Eddie, that's the wrong way. Come on. We're not going anywhere. We're going inside. Come on, let's go inside, buddy. All right, I took Eddie and Gertie back inside. Gertie is sitting on her nice little pillow in the air conditioning bedroom, so she is doing well. She can't handle the heat very much, and I totally understand that. I probably should have come out here earlier than what I did, but I was busy earlier. But maybe tomorrow or the next few days. The next few days actually is supposed to be cooler, so maybe I can get her out here and get some more video of her and give them opportunity to move around. They do go out in the backyard, but I have to move dogs around to make that happen. You saw how Eddie is with these goats. Actually, one of them butted him, and that's what triggered him. But he doesn't put up with anything from anyone, and so I'm afraid to have him around Caleb and Tucker and Chester. Although nothing has happened, Eddie will stand his ground, and whenever Eddie gets in a fight, Gertie jumps in, and that is the truth. He did get into it with Maggie. He got into it with Maggie, and Gertie with her fat self come running down the hallway, barking and growling, and attacked Maggie, and then it was on, and I had to jump in there, and I don't like that. So I keep them separated. I keep Eddie and Gertie protected. They mean a lot to me. So I am back out here. I've got Caleb in the backyard, Tucker's back out here, and I brought Sky out here. And she is all about coming out here. What are you doing? Where are you going? You're going the wrong way. Nope, going the wrong. I know what you're trying to do. You have to stay in here. She doesn't want to be by this fence because she can't fit through it. She wants over here on the other side of this so she can fit through and get away from me. Because she likes to run where she shouldn't be running. And this is how hot it is. Tucker is up there in the shade rather than over here right up in the camera and right up in my face. It is just like really hot. I need to get on getting the waters filled up already. Cat getting a drink out of the pool, and there's a goat over there getting a drink out of the orange container. Where you going? No. Come on, let's go. Okay, right there. No, you can't go this way. Look at all that out there. Look at all that. Go out that way. She's crazy. She is always in a good mood, except when she's not. And you know she's not. She doesn't like me carrying her, and I'm not like, goats don't like you carrying them in general, but I've not had a bottle baby that threw such a fit like she does. She'll hit and kick and scream. Actually, she doesn't scream or hit, but she will kick, and she will bite you. Like, not hard, but she will threaten to bite you. She's a very independent goat, aren't you? But then she also jumps up on you like this. I'm trying to stay up here in the shade as much as I can. Let her wander around. It is, oh, she can fit through there. Hey, no. Where are you going? No, I see what you're doing. Go back this way. Come on, let's go this way. Oh, she hit the fence coming through there. Did you see her, Tucker? She's running like the wind. Nobody can stop her. Remember that little pole buckling that I got the other day? He is still up there in one of those pens up front. Him and Sky stay in pens, separate pens, but they're side by side, so they're not alone. They got it covering. They got shade cloth on the sides. They got food and water. That is where they stay. But he is getting friendlier. He doesn't let me pet him yet, but he's really timid. But he is getting to where he comes to the front of the cage instead of huddled down in the back of the cage whenever I open it. He knows that something good's going to happen when I open the cage. It's always hay or food of some sort of fresh water. So he's warming up to me, and that makes me happy. That goat's crazy. She's crazy. Like she's just crazy. So I said this wasn't going to be about the livestock, but apparently some of it will be about the livestock. So there's one more thing I want to show you about the goats. Remember, I copper bolused all the goats. Sean and Curtis came over and helped, and then later on Amy came by and actually helped with trimming hooves and giving a little bit of copper bolus, because I realized, whoa, she hit her head on the selfie stick. I realized that the boluses that I had were for the kids, so they needed 2 of them because it was up to 25 pounds, so they needed at least 2 of them. And so some of them we had to give an extra bolus to. Well, they are all looking better. Let me turn this around. So Rain, with her fat self, why are you so fat? We need to discuss this. Anyway, she's looking better. Her coat, now I don't know if it shows it on camera, but her coat is looking a lot better. She's got that, that fishtail on her tail, and that may take a while, I don't know. Her coat looking better. She's looking pretty slick, actually. She's looking real good. She still has the fishtail, but her coat's all shiny. But this one right here, the last one to have babies, her coat still looks really rough. She's acting normal. And remember, I bolused them all, and then the next week I gave them a dewormer. Or maybe I did it the other way around. I gave them a dewormer, and then I bolused them the following week. I don't remember what it was, but I've given all the adults a dewormer, and I've given all the adults copper bolus. So, but her fur, her coat, still looks rough. Like, it just looks rough. It's rough looking. I don't know how else to explain it. Everybody else looks smooth and even shiny, and hers looks rough. And so I'm gonna need to keep an eye on her. I may even have a fecal sample taken into the vet for her. Actually, there might be a couple of them I do just to get a better idea of what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. She acts fine. She feeds her babies. She's out here running around, doing goat things, doing everything she's supposed to be doing, but her coat's just not looking as good as the others. May I help you? Oh, that was rude. Rain, come on now. Oh, that was rude. Remember this guy right here? This guy right here is sold. I've been talking to his owners. We're looking at him going to them next week. You know, he's ready to go today, but today's the 4th of July, and they're out of town for the weekend for the 4th, so it'll be next week. I am busy Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so they're looking at maybe Thursday, Friday, or Saturday of next week. But he is leaving soon, and he is really friendly. He's a really friendly goat. That's Rain's son. She hasn't sowed, and she hasn't sowed. I've had some people ask about them. Gonna talk to their husbands about them, but they haven't sold yet. Two does. You know, what's going on is people aren't wanting to pay as much for the goats as they were in previous years, and I'm not wanting to come down on the girls. So, like, I mean, I probably end up will on these because they're horned and the rest of mine are not horned. So, I don't know. We'll see, but that's what's going on, is that people just aren't buying these goats as much as they were before, and they're certainly not wanting to pay the prices that they were before. Now on the bucks, I definitely needed to get the bucks out of here, so I would definitely work on the prices on the bucks. And these 3 bucks are going together, all one place. I don't have to advertise very much. Just, you know, so they got a package deal on the bucks, which is what I would do on the does. Anytime a group goes together, I do a package deal on it. But anyway, I still, even if the girls don't sell, they're girls. It's no big deal if they don't sell right away. I would like them to, but it's not the same as needing to sell a buck. All right, guys, it is 20:05, 4th of July. I'm about to go across the street, eat a little bit of 4th of July dinner with my family. My brother and his kids and their families coming over. We're gonna eat over there at Mom and Dad's, and then my brother has some property about a mile and a half, 2 miles down the road, and we're gonna go shoot fireworks off over there. And Eddie and Gertie are in the backyard right now. It's time for Gertie to take her heart medicine, and I'm just going to show you how that goes. If you guys remember in the springtime when the goats started kidding, when I came home and Tucker was keeping River away from her babies, and I ran in real fast and gave Gertie her medicine and was trying to hurry up and get back out here to handle the situation. Actually, I brought Tucker through and put him in the garage or put him in the backyard, put him somewhere, and then ran back out to see what was going on with the babies. Ran in and accidentally gave Eddie one of Gertie's pills, and if you remember, if you go back and watch that video, I'll link it to the end of this video if you want to go back and watch that. I was upset because I accidentally gave Eddie one of Gertie's pills, and Eddie is not supposed to be on heart medicine, and Gertie was supposed to have that peel, but had a problem with the babies. They were still wet. They hadn't been taken care of. The dog that was supposed to be guarding them was guarding the babies from the mothers. And oh yeah, there was 2 goats that gave birth that day. And I was on the phone with the vet and all that. I'll leave that link at the end of this video for you guys to go back and watch that. But this is why something like that could happen. Here's what I do to give Gertie her medicine. Eddie, come here. Come over here. Come over here where they can see you. Okay, so Gertie gets a peel and Eddie gets a piece of cheese. And Gertie took off. Gertie, come here. I got 2 more. Come on, Gertie. I got her back. All right, here we go. There's yours. There's yours. Oh, he spit his out. He's gonna get it. Good girl, Gertie. Last piece. Good girl. Good girl. You been digging in the mud? Dirt? Good girl. Gertie. Gertie. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Hey, this way. Gertie. Good girl. Good girl. Are you ready to go inside before the fireworks start? Good girl. Eddie, you ready to go in for the fireworks? You want a bone? You want to go get a bone? Let's go get a bone.